Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another great episode of JWF Defiance. We are your temporary commentary team. I am your host, Silver Spoon, joined as always by Captain Tibbs. And Tibbs, well, you can see right damn here why we are commentating, because the booth is in the ring.
Absolutely, Sills. Now, I'm getting used to this at this point. For some reason, I just have to be here for all of the openings. I think it's part of my grim persecution for losing last year.
That is right. Meanwhile, look at this, look at that. Oh, Scotty Moore being taken to Bible school by the boy named is Buddy. The Holy Roller taking down the hero of the JWF. But let's not forget, there are some big stakes for this matchup, Tibbs. Whoever wins this is going to be entered into that epic, extreme elimination chamber match next week for the JWF Defiant Championship. And you gotta think you're gonna be doing commentary a whole lot more if either Blake Tanner or Scotty Moore end up holding that championship.
You know what? That is correct, Sills. I'm gonna be commentating more if Blake wins, and I guess you'll be commentating if Scotty wins.
That's right. Funny how that works out, but also. Oh, wait, hold on. Look at that. Scotty being set up once again, but oh! Blake Tanner coming to the aid of his commentary partner, who was about to eat a Ram Jam 2.0, and then, oh, look at that, picking up Randall Crowley like it is nothing. But also, you got to consider this. Blake Tanner and Scotty Moore next week on Defiance are facing off in the J1 tournament, their first match in, hell, years, Tibbs. Do you think it's a wise move for them to be going through this violent Konanza match as, unfortunately, it looks like Cinder just got taken out with a Mega Drive courtesy of Mega Ran?
Well, Sills, let me cut it short. Absolutely not. This is a Konanza match. This is a killer right here. It could absolutely break your body and soul. But listen, the BS boys, I think they're the two people here in JWF that feel like they've got the most to prove for anything, since they're normally here behind the commentary desk. Everything that happens on this show is a reflection of their ability to book, and really, it shows by how much pain and torture they're willing to put themselves through, like in a match of this caliber.
That is right, but I mean, we're talking about the BS boys. We cannot ignore the other men in this match, like that giant right there taking it to the boy named Buddy. I mean, Fenrir, that giant wolf-like man there, he has got some history with our Defiant champion, Falcor the Stoppable. Oh, but unfortunately, looks like Scotty Moore has been taken out courtesy of Randall Crowley. Meanwhile, Fenrir and Randall going after Buddy, and you gotta think, if you are a good Christian boy like Buddy is, having two demons like Fenrir and Randall coming after you cannot feel good.
Not at all, Sills. It feels like Buddy's about to have a bit of a crisis of faith, if you know what I mean. But he looks like he's fighting them off using that power he's pulling from something deep.
That is right. Meanwhile, I don't know if you noticed that Blake Tanner reversing another attempt at that Mega Drive, that vicious running power slam. But unfortunately, oh well, hold on, maybe fortunately, coming to his aid, Blake Tanner finally getting advantage once again. Oh, was setting up for the bee sting, Mega Ran reversing it. And Tibbs, you gotta think, Mega Ran's first match in this company was partnering with Matt Mania against the Fight Boys. Him and Blake Tanner got to know each other very well, as Fenrir just hit a assisted curb stomp almost to the body of Randall Crowley.
Yep, but still, you got to think, going back to Blake Tanner, Mega Ran, the last time those boys fought, it was years ago. Both of them have changed their styles quite a bit at this point. They may be getting surprise after surprise, but you can tell they keep reversing those moves that they know all too well.
That is right, but speaking of hitting a big elbow drop straight to the back, I thought he might have been setting up for the Blake out, but instead, Mega Ran is taking it to the B, as meanwhile, Fenrir and there's been a violence triangle, if you will, between Buddy, Fenrir and Randall Crowley, and I got no idea who's coming out on top.
Neither do I. Sills, a few months ago even, I would say that Buddy would have gotten his shit pushed in, as the kids say nowadays, within about 10 seconds. But he has truly just come into his own as a wrestler recently.
That's right, and speaking of coming into his own, one of the moments Blake Tanner came into his own is when he started using that Blake out maneuver that, as you can see, just eliminated the leader of the Matt Mania crew known as Mega Ran. And unfortunately, it looks like Buddy is not going to be able to fight his demons as Randall Crowley takes him out. And now we are down to those two monsters and one half of the commentary team. In fact, speaking of, it looks like Scotty Moore finally coming back to the booth. Scotty, how you feeling? Not great. I'll say that. Not good. I just now came back into consciousness, which, is the whole point of the Konanza, to be knocked unconscious. It's just not something I've experienced before, so I'm not doing great.
So you got first-hand experience. Scotty, you can attest how grueling this match is, and it is a match of your own design.
That is right, and you gotta see, it's still going on. These men are bringing it. Meanwhile, my commentary partner, Blake Tanner, has just kind of been laying there. I think he also... We've watched numerous Konanzas. We've never participated in one before. And I think Blake, a lot like me, is slowly realizing we probably should not have made this a stipulation. This is a violent encounter.
Absolutely, Scotty, and you can see your commentary partner, he's not in the best place right here in there with Randall Crowley and Fenrir the Wolfman. I mean, that's a hoss fight and a half that Blake is sandwiched firmly in the middle of.
That's right, a demon and a wolf Blake Tanner going against, but wait a minute, it was trying to set up for something big, but unfortunately, no matter what happens, big shot straight to the skull as bloodied Randall Crowley, who levels Blake with that clothesline. And that's what I was saying. Blake Tanner, a guy who may have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew in this matchup, especially with Randall Crowley just throwing out Ram Jam 2.0s like it's going out of style.
But not quite enough to take Fenrir down at this point. Fenrir, of course, he's got to be a monster to eat that much pain and torture in this match that Randall Crowley just seems to be dominating it.
That is right, and I don't want to draw too much attention to it, but if you look up there are only 2 minutes left in this epic brawl. And usually we would say, well, whatever, throw them all in the match, make them all #1 contenders. At this point, though, in that Elimination Chamber match, there is already 5 spots taken. There's only 1 left, so if we end up with a tie, I got no idea who's going to end up inside that last chamber.
Well, I'm going to say that's quite a difficult place to be in, Scotty. It looks like you're going to have to... Oh, wait, Fenrir just got knocked out.
That's right, Fenrir knocked out by that vicious spine buster, but wait a minute, Blake Tanner! Blake was playing possum! Takes him out with the bee sting! Oh, but Randall immediately dumping him over. And now we are seeing the fight come out of these two competitors.
Absolutely, Scotty. Now, of course, I did bring Randall Crowley back from the dead just to defeat both of you, and it looks like Randall has not forgotten that.
That is right. Beautiful tiger suplex taking Randall down, but now he is directly in space for the Blakeout. And, well, I knew there was an issue when both of us came into this match that next week we would be pulling double duty as we faced off, but now as the reality is coming to set in, Tibbs, I gotta say, as much as I know he is my opponent next week, I am worried for Blake Tanner when it comes to that cell match, that chamber match.
That is true. Blake Tanner gonna be pulling some severe double duty from winning this match. You gotta wonder if he's second guessing the fact that he just won, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like he's a little too enamored with the victory.
Yeah, he certainly does. That is Blake getting swept up in the crowd as usual, but I think I've got a few things to say about that on next week's episode of JWF Ignition. But before we can get to that, we get to go to this match. Another J1 tournament matchup, and this man has already had great success. The man known as the Jeb-A-Dook. Blake, congratulations. Welcome back to the booth.
Holy fuck. I did it.
It's not good, is it?
No, I can't see right now, and I don't think that's a good thing. I've got blood in my eyes. I'm pretty sure I'm not wearing my glasses. That's a bad thing right now. But we are here to see this match.
That is right. And I'm sure this is a revisitation of a match we had to have had in JXT. Chuck Gibbons and the Jeb-A-Dook, two men who I would argue are the greatest JXT champions we ever had, getting to go toe-to-toe tonight in the J1. But Jesus Christ, Jeb!
Jeb-A-Dook he's wasting no time, right?
Jeb-A-Dook wasting no time with the Soul Leader. The Soul Leader sucking the very soul out of Chuck Gibbons in less than a few seconds. And Blake, let's not forget that man is the winner of this year's Regal Rumble, and he came into this match, I think, wanting to make a point to the JWF champion himself, the Dylan, saying, that's one of the biggest champions JXT ever saw in the form of Chuck Gibbons. And if he can take him down that fast, just imagine what's waiting for the champion at WrestlePalooza.
Now, bud, I have been on the other end of that Soul Stealer before, and I can tell you it can just knock you out that quickly. It is a dangerous move. Jeb was masterful in that. He got Gibbons off his guard so he couldn't use his technical prowess, and he just sucked.
Okay, we can't. That cannot be the verbiage that is used for that maneuver, Blake.
Never again.
But now we move on to... That had to have been the fastest match in Defiant history. That had to have been the fastest matchup.
We had to rush to get Belmont out here in time after that. I could hear production was going crazy backstage. They weren't expecting it to be that quick.
That is right, because now we are moving on to this match that I believe is going to be for #1 contendership to a title both you and I hold with pride, the JWF Captain's Championship. And you can see here, after he had made his return at the Regal Rumble, the man known as Hollywood Hulcher is here, and you know he's wanting to make a point. I mean, his career in the tag division did not go phenomenally, but what I will say is that in singles competition, there is no one better, in my opinion, than Hollywood Hulcher, and I am excited to see him quite possibly get back in the title picture. But here's another guy who I know wants that Captain's Championship more than just about anything, the Nightmare known as Gozzie.
I mean, I could say a lot about Gozzie right now. I could say a lot of things, but honestly, I mean, if there is somebody who has proven to all of us that he can be in contention for something like the Captain's Championship, a title that, like you said, we hold very dearly on a personal level, I think Gozzie has finally come around to showing that he can fight for it.
Well, not only that, he's kind of proven he could win it in the past. No offense, I know this is kind of a broken record, but...
And he didn't, no, did he? He didn't.
Well, you did take him away from nearly pinning the unpinned Dylan.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride, huh, Gozzie?
Well, speaking of someone who doesn't mind taking a few bridesmaids to the closet, if you know what I mean... Here he comes, the sex bomb himself, Danny Roanoke, baby.
You can't do
that. That's called commentary, baby. God, that tiny Batman Witcher is the scariest person in this match.
I love Malcolm Belmont so much just because of how he is one of the most intimidating people I think that has come across our the ring here in JWF, JXT, wherever. Look at that scary man.
That's right, but I also want to notice this. The former JWF Tag Team Champions themselves, the Roanoke boys, wasting no... Oh, also, this is a ladder match. Wasting no time going after one another. But you gotta think they were a phenomenal tag team and they held those championships. Nothing can take that away from them. But at the end of the day, I gotta say, Roanoke and Hollywood, they were much better rivals than they ever were teammates. They had that classic Falls Count Anywhere match a couple of years ago at Summerfest. And so now...
Their best of 7 series is phenomenal.
That's right, that best of 7 culminating in a Heck in a Sec match. Meanwhile, Belmont just sending Gozzie careening to the outside before taking a walk, I guess. And then he's back in the ring now.
He just had to clear his head.
That's right, he had to take a moment to think. And it looks like he's thinking a big snap suplex to take out Hollywood. Hulcher picks him back up. Meanwhile, Gozzie now going after Roanoke around the outside. And you've got to think, the Roanoke boys, whether it's Danny or Hollywood, are definitely going to want to go after Gozzie in this matchup. At the end of the day, their tag title reign did not end because they lost the titles. Their tag title reign ended because Gozzie's associates, Demon Inc., literally injured them to a point where we had to strip them of the titles. They wanted to fight at Summerfest, but Demon Inc. forced our hands and forced us to end that title reign. And you can see Danny Roanoke taking it out on the Nightmare right now.
I mean, you know what? The Roanoke boys, they do have a big boon of contention with Gozzie right now. Honestly, who doesn't in this company at this point? Who doesn't have some type of heat with Gozzie?
The regular Joey Janela of JWF is the Nightmare Gozzie.
I guess outside of the Whitney family, who also has heat with a lot of people. You gotta...
Oh
Jesus.
My God! That neck breaker Gozzie just did send a ladder careening down on top of Hollywood. Now the Nightmare getting back in the ring. We could be seeing a bit of a dark alliance of Belmonte and Gozzie tonight. Oh, but no, Gozzie has Roanoke. What the hell is Roanoke? Oh my gosh, saved at the last minute. Is Danny, just drops Gozzie with that pile driver.
Damn, son. I love a good pile driver here in JWF. It's an effective maneuver.
Done. Oh, taking him down just that quickly before going to the top rope. Danny Roanoke on fire right now, setting up for a big, beautiful elbow drop. And now Roanoke has Belmont in his sights, but also that ladder there. You can see Roanoke unsure of what to do next. Do I continue the punishment or do I just climb that ladder? And, well, bud, no one else is moving. So for old Danny Roanoke, he may have a clear path to the Captain's Championship. Oh, but Belmont's coming after him.
Belmont, he heard that ladder coming up and he took the last bits of his strength. He woke himself up and now Gozzie's here. He's pulled Danny Roanoke down and jeez, he's just mayhem. Mayhem follows in Gozzie's wake.
That is right, but wait a minute. Gozzie, I don't think notices Hollywood Hulcher right behind him, but luckily that ladder working as a bit of insurance. Taking out the man from Hollywood and taking out the Witcher. Gozzie going crazy with that ladder. He is a man who is no stranger to violence, but unfortunately, it looks like Belmont equally friendly with the lady called Violence.
Absolutely. For Belmont, violence is more of an art form. It is something that he has to master.
Jesus Christ, what was that? It almost looked like a makeshift spear, but wait a minute. He's up! Black mirror onto that ladder.
Oh, Hulcher fell. His feet smashed on that ladder. He lost his footing and his whole back just came careening down on it. And now there's no one left but Gozzie.
That's right. I don't know if you noticed that Gozzie was waiting for Danny to take out Hulcher and take advantage. And now the Nightmare is at the top. He has that briefcase in hand and no one else seems to be focused on going after the Nightmare.
It's like
wait a minute.
Hulcher's just realized what's going on. Danny Roanoke, now they're trying to team up again to stop Gozzie from this.
That's right, the Roanoke boys finally taking out that ladder, and then what a power bomb from Roanoke sends the Nightmare to the ground, and now don't know if you noticed that the Roanoke boys facing off one more time, and then Hollywood just sending his former tag partner Krane to the outside, and was almost wiping his boots off in a show of disrespect. Instead, ate a ladder to the back of the skull.
Belmont had that ladder. Hulcher was able to wrestle it away, though, so the ladder is taken out of the equation, but you can't undo that ladder damage.
That is right, but now, looks like they were going for a collar and elbow tie-up, but instead, Hollywood Hulcher gets him and, drops him down. That's one of Danny Roanoke's moves. And look at that, Danny taking not kindly to it. Oh my God!
Just threw him. He fell right on top of Gozzie.
Not just fell, his foot went down. That was a double foot stomp to the cranium. And now Danny Roanoke is alone at the top of the mountain. Can he prove it? But look at this, everyone else finally getting back to their feet, but they are turning around to see Danny Roanoke with that #1 contendership in hand, which means next week at JWF Defiance presents Expiration date. It looks like we are gonna see a former tag champion search for singles gold as Danny Roanoke faces off against Crush Atlas.
Danny Roanoke, the old timer, the veteran, showing that he can still go.
Oh, that ladder spot, Jesus Christ.
It's stuff like that. Danny Roanoke is not afraid to hurt somebody in the pursuit of championship gold.
Even his own tag team partner does not matter.
Old habits die hard.
That is right, but now we move on to another J1 matchup. And this is, interestingly, I believe the first time we have seen Mark Plays since his failure to capture the JWF Championship at the Regal Rumble. And you know Mark has got to be thinking, I have got to get back in it. His last 2 big matches were losses, and you got to imagine he is wanting to get that streak back up. But, God, he's such a big boy.
Big boy, Big Cyrus. Big Cyrus energy. You know what? Really, the only thing that keeps me from liking Big Cyrus is his association with the Whitney family.
He's fucking Wardlow, dude. I'm telling you.
You're right.
He's just Wardlow now.
He just kind of is Wardlow.
Oh, but unfortunately, I don't know if you noticed that. Mark Play's clothesline was so powerful that just the wind gushing by knocked him over. Oh, but wait a minute. Reverses that clothesline attempt. Look at the strength of Mark Plays, who slams Cyrus to the mat and then, gets a big kick to the lower back. But Jesus Christ!
That's all Big Cyrus needs, one big knee, but god damn, it does not keep Mark Plays down for long.
Big boys.
This is our big meaty men slapping meat, except there's thick boy Mark, and then there's big boy Cyrus.
And you've also got to consider this. I don't believe either of these men currently are walking into this match with any points in the J1. Both of these men are looking to make some big strides. We know Cyrus, he did have a victory over Blake Tanner yourself a couple of weeks ago. Very impressive defeat going after a former JWF champion. And you know, he's wanting to capitalize on that. Oh, and he does as he just takes him over. But unfortunately, Mark's feet gets caught in the ropes.
Yep. But, and I'll be honest, I thought that I had estimated Big Cyrus Krane perfectly in that match, and I still underestimated him. He is not somebody you want to mess around with, especially when he turns the gas on.
That is right. And then what the hell? Oh, back body drop just sends him unceremoniously dumped to the mat. And now Mark Plays taking it. You can see some frustration growing on the face of Mark Plays, who, just delivers that vicious spine buster. You got to think Mark is usually the aggressor in a match like this. He is not used to being taken down. He's usually used to hit that kill steal.
This is a much more even fight than most Mark Plays matches, but maybe it's going to be over. No.
Not like that. Not if Big Cyrus Krane has anything to say. And you can see Mark now, just stomping away on the body of Cyrus before pointing at his head to indicate he is smart And it looks like it's true as he hits that dragon corkscrew leg whip.
I swear, I thought Big Cyrus was just gonna body him back there, but Mark Plays must have some impressive peripheral vision. He knew where Cyrus was, even when he was just looking the opposite direction.
Well, you see, Blake, he pointed to his head, which gives him an instant +5 to intelligence. So he was so intelligent at that point, it allowed him to see behind him, if you will. But unfortunately, he did not see this coming. Oh, just drops him down. 1, 2. Oh, 2 3/4. Mark Plays kicking out.
You gotta think this has gotta be worrisome for Mark Plays. Like you said, he is not used to being, for lack of a better word, the underdog in this match. The person who's not been in control for the majority of it. Big Cyrus Krane has really developed a lot of the flow for this match, and it seems like he's running the show right now.
And also, can I just point this out? Not to seem petty, but to be a little petty. When Gozzie comes out, who's right there with him? Lawrence Whitney. When Demon Inc. have to make a defense, Lawrence Whitney is right there. Every time we have seen Big Cyrus Krane wrestle, we have not seen... Oh, wait, hold on. 1, 2. Oh, kicks out of that spine buster. But as I was saying, when Cyrus wrestles, he comes out here alone. Basically abandoned by Whitney, as it were. He is forced to fight for himself, and that's one of the things I do respect about Big Cyrus.
I have to agree with you. Like, that is something about Big Cyrus. He does not need help, and he knows it. He wants to fight on his own terms, and even if that includes not having his manager along.
Was going for the kill steal, but no, gets out of it at the last minute. Oh, and could we see it? Gets him up. Oh, and then even higher, chunk bomb. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, what?
He rolled him over himself?
No, that was Mark Plays kicking out at the very last minute.
That big left hook by Big Cyrus, just a big insult.
And he's not done. He's not done. Oh, was trying to set up for the Cyrus salt. But no, Mark Plays gets out of it. And unfortunately, he is fully in control now. Look at the strength of Mark Plays.
Pulling him up like it was nothing, and he's ready to go back to the well again.
That's right. One big kill steal. And he has not had much momentum after that loss to the Dylan, but he may get it back tonight. 1, 2, 3.
What is Mark Plays made of?
Meat. That's it. I was gonna make a gamer joke, but nope. Meat. That's it. Boys made of meat and Fortnite.
What a phenomenal match, and it just goes to show this is why I love the J1 tournament. You get so many unique matchups like this, especially just on a regular weekly television. This was a phenomenal match.
That is right. Of course, there's going to be another unique matchup next week when we go toe-to-toe, which is one of the reasons I'm actually excited you won that Konanza, so you can at least win one match next week. Oh!
All right, you keep it up. I'll save it for Wednesday.
You keep talking, you naughty boy. You just wait till next week. Lots of replays for this one. That just shows how many exciting moments were in this matchup, that the game just wants to keep showing them to us. But there he is, earning his first 2 points in the J1 tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the gamer's gamer, Mark Plays. But Blake, it's now time for your main event. Oh, fuck, I forgot this was the main event. God, no.
We started with one, we're gonna end with one, I guess, huh? At least we don't have to fight in this one.
We do not. You can see my wife hitting a roll-up in a Konanza, which will not get you anything, but this match is a very unique Konanza in the fact that of these 8 women, 5 of them will be walking out somewhat victorious. because the final 5 in this Konanza will be entered into an elimination chamber match next week for the JWF Women's Championship, with the women's champion Ayanna stepping in there to go toe-to-toe with them. It's so fucking slow, Blake.
Yep. I am sorry. The fidelity, we are having to render a lot of hair here in the arena right now, and it just really takes everything down a peg.
I thought about, because, fun fact, this is pre-recorded, just fast-forwarding the footage, and then it looked weirder for some reason.
Who do you have in this match? Who are you thinking of?
Tommy.
It's just... Did we break Tommy?
Oh, okay, there he goes. He's moving now. But as I was saying, the final 5 remaining are going to be in that chamber match, but there will be still a reason to fight afterwards, because with each elimination, we are going to determine the order of entry. Ayanna wanted to start the match off no matter what, so whoever gets eliminated first goes against Ayanna in the opening. Whoever gets eliminated second comes in third, so on. Are you okay?
Had a moment.
You okay?
Because I realized who I was looking at for my picks, and I realized who I want. Because, Scotty, this is Skilla. She's got my back.
What the fuck? God, can that be her new character? We just change it to like all black gear. This is Skilla. She's got my back. She can cut all you in one sword with 1-6-19s like Moan.
Fuck.
Oh, she's doing it right now. I'd recommend not getting 619'd by her. Her feet steal the souls of its victims.
Oh, fuck.
Damn it! And then she kicked Tommy.
Oh no, not Tommy's soul.
Tommy's soul's been taken. Like one sword's kick stroke, like mowing lawn.
We got
This is a
so
bit
into
just
that
for
bit
us.
that I didn't even notice that Debbie got eliminated.
Yeah, Debbie, I wasn't kidding. The 619 stole the soul of its victim. And it looks like she's not done either. Oh my gosh, that reverse, almost like a reverse feet power. I don't fucking know.
Oh, how has one bit made somebody my favorite on the roster now?
Oh, and then beautiful Hurricane Rana takes out. She's still getting him.
Holy shit. Did we do this? Did we give her power now?
All right, but it looks like we now have the 5 women, and the first one eliminated, Larceny Daniels, is going to be in that matchup. In addition, Skilla has got my back, 619. And then, fuck. Oh, God, Emily is just stomping the shit out of Phoenix right now, but all of these women are going to have an opportunity to become the women's champion next week. Oh, wait a minute. Olympic slam, but Skilla stays in it.
Oh, God.
You know, the clock says 3.5 minutes have passed, but I don't think that's how it's been in reality. Oh, shit. A second Olympic slam from Olympia, taking out Skilla. But for Olympia, I gotta say that is an uphill battle she is currently walking into, because she's got Phoenix Driver, one of the most dominant women this company has ever seen. And then, of course, the final JXT Women's Champion in my life. But it looks like Olympia don't give a damn about that.
Uh-huh, you could see, I mean, Emily had grabbed her from behind, but Olympia had just, like, taken those very great technical but strength moves as well, just pulling the arms away. I mean, Olympia's really got all of this going for her. She's strong, she's technically gifted, and she's got that powerful Olympic slam in her pocket.
That is right. Now, if you notice that Phoenix actually teaming up to go after Emily, we know the history of red versus blue, as it were, when it came to Phoenix Driver and Emily Ireland. But wait a minute, Phoenix is just taking Olympia to Suplex Town.
Phoenix, where Olympia may have some technical prowess, Phoenix is all
Jesus.
fury.
That is right, and that clothesline just took her head off, baby. Emily tried to do, she tried to do a clothesline of her own and just kind of tripped. It's okay. We'll learn you one day.
Can we change just her title to All Fury Phoenix Driver?
All Fury Phoenix Driver. That's actually pretty fucking dope. Oh, but wait a minute. Oh, I just now realized what part of the match we're in, Blake. We're in the part of the match where none of the competitors are gonna allow each other to hit anything that will knock anyone out. So we've been stun locked, as it were.
I guess that is true. Once you get down to 3, you kind of gotta. Now, I think I figured it out. I figured out a way to deal with this because I did it a little bit in the opening match. So when you start playing possum in that match, you let the other 2 in the final 3, they'll start going at it, and you can essentially third man yourself.
Shit, I'm real mad that this is pre-recorded because I wish I could pause and go back to what Phoenix's neck did just then because it was real fun. Oh, Rainmaker!
Oh, bring the rain, bring the pain.
Not enough, though, to take out Emily. And I don't know if she noticed Olympia is right behind her.
Olympia, she was biding her time, waiting for that perfect moment, and she just came in with that suplex from behind.
That is right, and to be honest, in this situation, I know my wife is in this match, and I will root for her heavily next week, but I'm kind of rooting for Olympia. I'm kind of rooting for fucking Olympia at this point. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, massive back suplex. All 3 of these women use a shit ton of German suplexes, but oh, look at that. Emily going to the top rope after hitting that lariat. Phoenix splash. No, Olympia gets the knees up.
Oh, no.
You gotta think, though, that has gotta feel like a bee in the bonnet of Emily Ireland to take out the master of the lariat with a lariat, but unfortunately, the master of suplexes is going after her.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, Emily has proven herself to be a dominant champion over the years, especially in JXT. I mean, you can attest to that. Well, we both can. We saw all of her title reigns, but right now, it seems... Oh,
nope.
Can't do that.
A pinning predicament in a match without pinfalls. She still is still a little green, as it were. The hair may be blue, but...
Well, this is
Emily, what was that? That was nothing.
I guess you are allowed to be more critical since that's your wife.
Oh, but this is most certainly something. Got her up. And then down with the blue bomber.
Booyah.
And that is gonna put my wife on giving her a lot of momentum heading towards next week's match for the JWF, Women's Championship. But she's got Ayanna to contend with, and she's got just about every other woman that was in this match to contend with.
I'm gonna be honest, it might have been more beneficial if you were one of those, like, final 5, but you were one of the first ones knocked out. You wouldn't have had to go through as much grueling match.
That is right. In addition, we will also be having an Elimination Chamber match for the JWF Defiant Championship. The Captain's Championship will be on the line. 2 amazing J1 matches. And they're coming to you next time on JWF Defiance.